All right, so I'll be talking on the basics of antimicrobial resistance and the steps you can use in gaining related certifications. So I'll be very, very practical as possible so that we can all learn and we can all know what exactly is the basics of antimicrobial resistance and how best you as a student, you as an educated individual can easily relate this particular topic because when I'm at home, when I mention the name antimicrobial resistance, they find it hard to pronounce. They'll be like, "What are you saying? Antimicro." Sometimes they will just be mocking me at home that antimicrobial resistance, come here. Oh." So sometimes they don't even know how to pronounce these things. But then you easily would teach you tonight. I will teach you tonight on how you can easily relate this particular topic to an individual who didn't even study an health related course whatsoever, so that the individual can easily know what exactly is this big though the if you're in science related field, the term is not that big, but then someone who is not in science will be antimicrobial resistance. When I wanted to open the bank account for the when I wanted to open the account for the club, when I mentioned the name of the club, the banker was like, "What? We can't make use of this. It's just too ambiguous," and he even found it so hard to pronounce. So I'll be taking us through the basics of antimicrobial resistance. So first, we have to break down the words. Okay, there are two words there. There are two words there. I want to know if this is your first time of hearing about antimicrobial resistance, or this is your first time of getting a training on antimicrobial resistance. Can you just raise an emoji so that I will know my target audience? Is this your first time of hearing about it? Okay. So we all know about antimicrobial resistance. All right. So we have to break it to two. Okay. We have antimicrobial and then we have resistance. Antimicrobial, we have to first define that. What exactly are antimicrobials? We have antimicrobials are substances that act against microorganisms. Okay. They are substances. And when we mean substances, we mean medicines that we can use against microorganisms. And when we are talking about microorganisms, we are talking about organisms, okay, such as bacteria, viruses, fungi. Okay, don't allow that to be too bogus for you. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, we can regard them as they are organisms that causes us to be ill, or they are organisms that causes us to have infections. Okay, those are what microorganisms are. So antimicrobials are substances that act against these microorganisms. So against these bacteria, against these viruses, against these fungi, we have the medicine, okay, to tackle them are called antimicrobials. So that's how we break down the word antimicrobial resistance. So that's the definition of antimicrobials. But these particular antimicrobials, you can also be hearing another word called antibiotics. And sometimes you might be confused. "Oh, what's antimicrobials? What's antibiotics again?" But then I want to tell you that antimicrobials is the parent name to, is like a parent to antibiotics. So antibiotics tackles bacteria, antiviral tackles viruses, antifungal tackles fungi. Okay, so antibiotics targets bacteria, so they use them against bacteria. So sometimes you might be hearing words like antibiotic resistance, okay, and we have antimicrobial resistance as the parent name for them all. So we have examples of antimicrobials. What are the examples of antimicrobials that we have? We have the common examples include, we have septrin. Okay, I believe we must have heard of that before. We have septrin, we have ciprofloxacin, we have amoxicillin, we have ciprotab, okay, and I believe you all know some other antibiotics like that. Sometimes if you're in a place like Nigeria, we say, go and use antibiotics. If you have sometimes you have sore throat, go and use this, go and use that. So those are examples of antimicrobials. Okay, so this is how you are going to relate this particular topic to an individual who have not even heard about it before at all at all. Take for example, you are going for an outreach in a market, okay, or you're going for an outreach in even in a school to secondary school students, they don't know what you are saying. So this is how you break them down. You talk about drugs that they can easily relate with. They must have heard about them before. Okay, so we have Septrin, we have ciprofloxacin, we have amoxicillin, and then we have ciprotab. And there are various forms of antimicrobial usage. Okay, we have oral form, we have injection, okay, and we have liquid forms also. So all these small children, most of the time they make use of liquids, so as for them to easily take in the antimicrobial. And then we have oral usage also, and sometimes we have usage through injection. So these are the various ways that antimicrobials can be used. So next slide. So then how does these antimicrobials work? How exactly do they work? How exactly do antimicrobials work? We need to ask ourselves that question. We have antimicrobials. How exactly do they work? Antimicrobials work by either killing the microbes or preventing them from multiplying. Okay? So that's how antimicrobials works. Or we can also call it antibiotics, which targets bacteria. That's how they work. They kill the microbe or prevent it from multiplying. If they can't kill it, they prevent it from multiplying. Okay? So take for example, take a look at that picture. We have two forms. We have bacteriostatic and we have bactericidal. That's if you want to go further. We have bacteriostatic, we have bactericidal. Okay, you can take a look at bacteriostatic. Okay, it kills it. Okay, it stops the growth of the microbes from multiplying. Okay, but bactericidal kills it. Patapata kills it and stops it from growing at all. It kills it totally. But then bacteriostatic only stops it from multiplying, from multiplying and from growing. So it's like superheroes sweeping in to save the day and to stop the invaders. If you take a look at most of these bacteria or microbes they tend to grow. Okay, that's their nature. They tend to multiply and not only grow. When I mean grow, I mean they multiply. That's what they do. They multiply and and through that process they grow within the host organism, which can be human. So let's go further. So now we have responsible use of antimicrobials. These antimicrobials, we know them, they are available for us all, for us to make use of. Okay, but then there are responsible use of antimicrobials. The same way we have drug abuse. The abuse of antimicrobials is what leads to antimicrobial resistance that we'll be talking about as we go further in this training. Responsible use of antimicrobials. You don't just use antimicrobials anyhow, or the one that we easily know. We don't just use antibiotics anyhow. To ensure the effectiveness of antimicrobials, it's important to use them responsibly. Okay, they used to say drink responsibly. You see, one principle about the word is that anything that is too much or that is in excess, okay, surely leads to harm. Okay, and if something even is too low also leads to harm also. So there must be moderation. So that's one thing about antimicrobials. Bring into the context of antimicrobials also is the same thing. Once you overuse antimicrobials, you are contributing to antimicrobial resistance. And if you underuse it also, you are contributing to antimicrobial resistance. So it's better for you to make use of your dosage as at when you and make use of antimicrobials when recommended. Okay, you take a look at the second point. It said follow your healthcare provider's instruction and never self-prescribe. And this is what we have mostly in countries within Africa. We call them LMICs. That's low and middle income countries. Okay, most of them they just you can just go like countries like Nigeria now. You can just easily go to a chemist. Okay, help me mix it together. help me do this, help me do that, help me do this, help me do that. I'm feeling pain in my body. I'm feeling this in my body. I have this wound. Help me just make this together so that I can use it. And then the chemist, we call them chemists, okay, just provides the antimicrobial just like that without doctor's prescription. And that is very, 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 very dangerous. Very, 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 very dangerous. So if you are partaking in that, you need to desist from now on. You are contributing to antimicrobial resistance. Whenever you are making use of antimicrobials, make sure that it is recommended by the doctor. Okay? Overusing or underusing antimicrobials can lead to resistance. Take for example, when we mean overuse, take for example, you were given an antimicrobial or an antibiotics to use, and then you discover that you use it for even while you are making use of the antimicrobial, it was not even under the recommendation of a doctor, but then they gave you the antibiotics like that, and you are making use of it, and you finish the whole dose, and then you discover that this thing has not gone. Maybe I should chuckle in some, maybe I should buy another also, so as to increase my chances of healing. That's very, 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 very bad. You are contributing to antimicrobial resistance. And by doing so, if you overuse these antimicrobials when it is not necessary, or when it is not important, when it is time for you to make use of that antimicrobial, when exactly you need it for that particular bacteria, it won't be effective again. Because of what reason is that? Because of the bacteria already are accustomed to how the mode of action of the antibiotics. Okay, they already know how that antibiotics will work, so they will have modified themselves in such a way that whenever the drug is coming, they know how it will be, and easily they will resist it. It won't affect them whatsoever. So when you overuse or when you underuse, and cases of underusing of antimicrobials can be in cases of when you are given given a drug. I believe if if not all, I believe maybe probably 90% have done this before. Take for example, you're given a drug maybe by your mom or whosoever, maybe even by a doctor. You're given the antibiotics. Make sure you finish this drug. Oh. Sometimes after about, and the drug is ought to be for 3 days. After about 2 days, and then you are healed already. I don't need these antibiotics again. Or you just leave it again. I just throw it on the table, because even the fear of making use of the drug, you don't even want to make use of it before. So you are contributing to antimicrobial resistance. How do resistance develop through that? You underuse the drug, you do not finish the dosage. So how do you expect it to completely kill that bacteria? It won't kill it because of what? The dosage of the antimicrobial that you ought to use to finish the bacteria, you just left the bacteria half dead. You just like maybe an hired assassin was sent to someone to kill the person, and instantly when he got there, he shot the person by the leg. Okay, and shooting by the leg can't kill an individual instantly. So you just shot the person by the leg, and then the person left, and the other assassin left. The person is not dead yet. You just killed the person halfway, and the person can easily still live for tomorrow, and even even till the time that death would come his or her way, even 20 years plus or thereabout. So the same thing also applies to antimicrobials also. When you underuse the drug, okay, it won't the bacteria would just be half dead. So next time within the next 3 days or thereabout, it will resurge again. And then thereby knowing the mode of action that the antibiotics used the other time, whenever you're about to make use of the antibiotics again, it won't be able to work again because of what? The bacteria would have developed itself into a shape that can easily tackle the antibiotics when coming again. So do not underuse antimicrobials. Okay, so now let us go to definition of antimicrobial resistance. What exactly is antimicrobial resistance? Okay, and one of our main reasons for even organizing this training is that at Antimicrobial Resistance Club Lautech would soon be holding a an outreach on antimicrobial resistance. We'll be visiting the Lautech Teaching Hospital and also probably doing a radio broadcast on antimicrobial resistance. So we want our members, okay, to know exactly what antimicrobial resistance is so that easily when they get to the market, they can easily relate it to the market women, or when they get to the hospital, they can easily relate this topic to the nursing mothers or the patients there. They can easily relate the topic to them. Okay. So now we've defined what antimicrobials are. Then we are now going to resistance. So combining them together, we have antimicrobial resistance. Antimicrobial resistance occurs when microbes like bacteria, viruses, and fungi evolve to resist the effect of medications designed to kill or control them. And when we are talking about evolving, we mean growing, okay? We mean changing its shape, changing its form, okay, against an antibiotics or against an antimicrobial designed to kill it, okay? So that's how you can define antimicrobial resistance even to a layman. Is antimicrobial resistance occurs when microbes and what do we call microbes? We call them microbes like bacteria, like viruses, like fungi, and these microbes are what causes sicknesses. Okay, just explaining in a layman language for any individual to easily understand. They are the ones that causes sickness. So when they now evolve, when they change their shape, when they become rigid, medications that are already designed that okay, this is what should kill this particular bacteria, then it won't kill it again because of what it has already evolved and it's already causing antimicrobial resistance. Okay, this picture analyzes what antimicrobial resistance deals with. Okay, it's a challenge that affects our ability to fight infections effectively. Take for example, take a look at this picture now. Okay, this analogy: a father is beating a child, okay, beating his child today, tomorrow, you are stupid, you are this, you are that, you are this, you are that. Okay, that is you making use of antibiotics. Okay, you overusing it. Okay, so it got to a particular day, another time. You can see the next picture. You would see that the boy, the father is about to spank the boy, but then the boy just raised his hand that, oh, you can't do that to me again. I'm older now. I'm bigger now. I have more knowledge. I know how you beat me and I can easily resist you. Okay, that is the same thing for antimicrobial resistance also. Okay, the father, that means the antibiotics that you are making use of or the antimicrobials you are making use of. You take it in today, take it in tomorrow without doctor's prescription. Oh. You take it in today, take it in tomorrow, take it into it will get to a particular time that the bacteria would look into you and such, is the same way we humans do also. Okay, we easily adapt to something, especially in a country countries across Africa where things are not even so palatable. Economic situation is bad and every other thing like that. So we easily adapt to anything that comes our way. The same thing also for organisms, microorganisms also. Whenever antibiotics keep coming in and then they take a look at it, what's going on? Can't we just find a way to evolve? Can't we find a way to tackle this thing? So easily they will just develop resistance. They would another time when the antibiotics is coming, it won't be effective again. The same way the father is beating this particular child and the child has already grown. The child will get to a particular day and the child will tell the father, you can't beat me again because of what I have developed and I know your ways, I know your tactics, and now I am wiser than you. So it's the same thing for antimicrobial resistance. Okay, so then how does resistance develop? You see, the main factor or the most significant factor that causes antimicrobial resistance is misuse and overuse of antimicrobials. That's just it. Okay, in just one sentence or just one line, anywhere you are asked, okay, anywhere you are, it's the misuse or the overuse of antimicrobials that causes antimicrobial resistance. Okay, so misuse or overuse of antimicrobial accelerates this process and allows microbes to adapt and become resistant to antibiotics. Take for example, I've given us the example of what exactly uh, uh, um, um, uh, uh, leads to antimicrobial resistance. Take for example, when you overuse antibiotics, for example, when they are not needed or not completing the prescribed course, can contribute to the development of resistance. Take for example, you just self-medicate yourself and then you said, let me just make use of this antimicrobial. What's happening to me today? What happened to my leg? What happened to my arm? Oh, I think I will need Septrin. Ah, oh, I think I will need Ciprotab. And yourself, you are self-medicating without even consulting a pharmacist, without consulting a doctor. You just prescribe the drug by yourself. When you make use of these antibiotics, and even when you're making use of it at that moment, it's not even the right antibiotics for it. So the bacteria takes a look at it and then develops resistance against it. So when next, probably when the person is in the hospital, this is how you explain it to even a layman. Okay, when next the person is in the hospital and the doctor prescribes, making use of his knowledge in medicine, prescribes the dosage or prescribes the drug or the antibiotics to the individual. The drug will no longer be effective because of the individual has abused the drug already and the bacteria are resistant to the drug already, and it now leads to longer hospital stays, which leads to incurring of debts. Okay, because once you stay longer in the hospital, the hospital bill will be increasing day by day. Hospital bill will be increasing since they can't find solution to the sickness. They can't find solution to the disease or the infection that's affecting the individual. So it leads to longer hospital stays, and that's the problem we are having. And it can cause death. Yes, antimicrobial resistance can cause death. Take for example, an antibiotic is designed to kill, that the doctors already know that this is the antibiotics we are to use for this individual, and easily he or she will get healed or get well, okay, from the infection. And then the antibiotics fails to work. That means that's all. The person won't be able to survive that episode because of the antibiotics are resistant to it already. And we have cases of death, many deaths associated to antibiotic resistance. So, and it allows some microbes to survive and develop resistance, and it's like leaving few in the invaders behind, and they come back stronger to tackle the individual. So, deceased from antimicrobial disease from overusage of antimicrobials. Okay, we have some tragic facts about AMR and the need for action. There are need there's an urgent call and a need for action from each and every one of us, because looking at some of the facts that we have here, it shows that antimicrobial resistance is a big problem. Okay, it's admitted that bacterial AMR was directly responsible for 1.27 million global deaths in 2019 and it's contributed to 4.95 million deaths. No, see deaths in millions. Just in 2019, in millions. So this shows how AMR, how 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 dangerous, okay, AMR is to the human race and even to the animals, because of the antibiotics are also used for animals, and these animals you purchase them at market. Once you eat the meat, you are already resistant to the antibiotics already used for the cattle without prescription. It comes to you also because of you are making use of the or eating the meat. So these are some of the things that you tell these individuals or tell your target audience once you get to public places where you are to advocate against antimicrobial resistance. Okay. So, and even the World Bank estimated that AMR could result in $1 trillion additional healthcare costs by 2050 and $1 trillion to $3.4 trillion gross domestic product losses per year by 2030. Look at the big amount of money that we're about to lose if antimicrobial resistance continues. And AMR makes infection harder to treat, thereby leading to long hospital stays. I've talked about that earlier. And the World Health Organization published in 2022 that AMR was the leading cause of death globally in 2022 over the likes of malaria, cancer, HIV/AIDS, and yet it remains significantly underaddressed. Okay, imagine a phenomenon that causes death over the likes of malaria, cancer, HIV/AIDS, those ones that we even know, But AMR is very, very silent. That's why they call it a silent pandemic. Most individuals don't know about it. Even some nursing students, they don't know about it. Some MLF students, they don't know about it. A lot of people don't know about it, and it's causing a lot of death. And now it has attracted a lot of global attention. Okay, now the WHO is taking it up. So many organizations, prestigious organizations, are taking up this particular phenomenon called antimicrobial resistance, and they are looking for youths, most especially youths. Okay, they are looking for individuals, and everywhere I am, okay, I used to tell individuals that the most of the time the route to success is you providing solution to a particular problem. Once you can provide solution to a particular problem, that's the route to success. Okay. Now AML needs innovators. AML needs solution providers. Okay. And once you can provide solution, then you're on the route to success. You're on the route to global recognition. It's a benefit to you and also a benefit to the world entirely. A benefit to Africa, a benefit to Nigeria, a benefit to all other nations, to Kenya, every nation across the world. It's a benefit to you also because your name will be mentioned all across the world that, oh, you are the individual that contributed or they signed a solution that could tackle antiviral resistance. So we need, antiviral resistance needs more youths. Okay, and where instance need more professionals, and where instance needs more students, okay, that can be innovative and discover solution. Okay, now there are loads of opportunities littered all across. But then, if you as an individual is not prepared to clinch these opportunities, they will be distributed to other nations, okay, or they will be distributed to other countries to tackle antimicrobial resistance, while your country, your own community, is left with antimicrobial resistance and people dying just like that. Okay, so it needs individuals who are ready to take up these opportunities littered all across. Okay, the opportunities are not just for you, not just a benefit to you, though they are a benefit to you for sure because it leads to your career advancement, but also a benefit to your community. Because if you are, as an individual, is not prepared to click the opportunity, then others won't be able to access the benefit from it. The market won't be able to hear about antimicrobial resistance. Take for example, if I, as an individual, I and my team was not able to clinch the grants we won as at 2023, then the market women that we're able to meet with during our AMR advocacy won't be able to know about antimalarial resistance, and thereby it makes them ignorant about the topic. Okay, so now going to how we can gain professional certifications in antimalarial resistance. Okay, these are the steps. The first one that I know of is virtual internships. Okay, there are internships that you can take virtually, and there's a company known as Pfizer. I don't know if you know about it. It's a big biotechnology company. You can type it on Google. It's a large company. I think it's in Sweden or so. I guess so. Yeah, it's a big biopharmaceutical company. Okay, they produce drugs. Okay, so there's a particular platform called forage.com. Okay, this is the link available. We'll share the presentation slides on the group so that you can easily click on the link. We share it as PDF so that you can easily click on the link to access the virtual internship. Okay, this virtual internship is titled Molecule to Market. Okay, that shows the rudiments of drug production, the rudiment of drug discovery. Okay, you as an individual, because as at now, the world needs individuals that can come out with new antibiotics, okay, such as the way Alexander Fleming was able to discover penicillin. The world needs new antibiotics. So if you undergo this course and take other additional courses in drug discovery and design, okay, who knows, you might be the next next Alexander Fleming to discover the next antimicrobial to save the world from antimicrobial resistance, because most of the antimicrobials that we have existing in the world now, most of them are resistant already. Okay, so the world needs, okay, at large needs new antimicrobials to tackle these infections. So we have virtual internships from Pfizer. I've told you about that, and that's the link there. as a virtual internship from foreign.com. And foreign.com is a platform that offers virtual internships. You can take a look at them, and through this you can add this to your CV, okay, that you're able to undergo this particular internship. And one thing about opportunities is that is how well you can, we can call it, can I use the word package, okay, how well you can package yourself for the opportunity. You can be a first class student and someone who has a tutu would clinch an opportunity ahead of you if you are not able to table your opportunity, or your achievements well for the committee that's about to review the application. Okay, it's just this on how best you can package yourself. So we have virtual internship available. So these are the things you can add to your CV easily whenever you're about to apply to opportunities. Because when I was applying to the AMR Interface Training Program that led to a grant that led to the AMR Club, establishment of AMR Club Lautech, that's the platform we are all making use of tonight. They requested for a CV, and these are some of the things I included in my CV that shows that okay, truly I've been working on antimicrobial resistance, and I'm a fit candidate for the opportunity, because opportunities would now be rolling in. Take for example, now we already have Dr. Said Ahmed that was invited as facilitator. That was matter as I thought that was last week or thereabout. It would soon roll out applications on antimicrobial resistance. They would need youth. That one is for sure. So they would need he won a grant, so he would need people to implement the grant. Okay, if you as an individual you are not prepared and you don't have the necessary certifications, you won't be able to if even if you apply, you won't be a fit candidate for the opportunity. In the next, I guess it won't be less than 1 month, they will soon roll out applications. The same thing happened to AMR Interface Training Program that I won at that moment. So be on the lookout. The name of the group is Biosheet Squad. You can check them out so that on LinkedIn you put on the notification, on Twitter, put on notifications so that whenever they call for opportunities, you can easily apply. Okay, so we have virtual internship through Ducit Blue also, Distribute Foundation. They provide internship on AMR also. Okay, you can follow them on LinkedIn. They provide it every year. You can follow them on LinkedIn. That's their LinkedIn link, and turn on notification so that whenever it is open for the year, you can easily join. Okay, easily join the program. So they provide virtual internships every year, and these are the things you can easily add to your CV, because this Blue is a respected, highly respected organization when it comes to antiviral resistance as far as Africa is concerned. Okay, we have courses on AMR with professional certifications from top universities in the world. Okay, we have courses on AMR from top universities all across the world. We have universities in the US, universities in Sweden, universities across Europe. Okay, they offer certifications on AMR. And I want to tell you that this is where I started my AMR journey. Okay, it was from this particular course, antimicrobial resistance theory and methods. Okay, I took this particular course when I was on an internship at Genomark Institute INC. It was Genomark Hub as at then, but now Genomark Institute INC. I took this particular course as at then, and then I started growing. I didn't even know that there was even an opportunity on AMR. I don't know that there will be a call, okay, to win a grant on advanced resistance. I was just doing it just to grow professionally, okay? Because I know that once you have knowledge and you have a solution to a particular problem, then success comes your way. The world will be looking for you, because there's no free money or there's no free connection anywhere. You have to work for it. So they must have seen your track record. Okay, what have you been doing? What have you done? Okay, before they hand you over the money, okay, or before they hand you over the grants to implement their project. So they must see what you've done. What have you done exactly? Okay, so I took this particular course as a then, and I took some other courses also. I've taken about 5 courses or thereabout, yeah, before I saw the opportunity about the AMR Intervice Training Program, and I won the grant as at then. So there's a platform called Coursera. Okay, you can type Coursera on Google, and then you sign up. Okay, and when you sign up, you um, press the notification bar. Are we all listening to me? So I will check if my audience is still alive. Can someone unmute him or herself and confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
still here.
All
I
right,
can,
all right,
I can hear you, sir.
all right. Thank you. So
Hallelujah.
just go on Google, type Coursera, then you sign up, then you type Antimicrobial Resistance on the search bar, then you pick a course of your choice. There are various universities offering courses on antimicrobial resistance. Just sign up to any of these courses. And also there's an, like call it an hack, or like call it a trick, I don't know. So there's a particular thing called financial aid, okay? Because courses on Coursera, they cost about $49 or thereabout, and that's, I'm in Nigeria presently. I don't know. We have other people from other countries also, but most African nations, when you take a look at the exchange rate, it will be bogus. Take for example now, $49. That will be around maybe probably 60,000 naira. And I'm sure no Nigerian or no African will want to pay such amount of money. Though we have rich individuals, okay, but taking a look at the context, okay, most people are students and they can't afford that. So there's a thing called financial aid. So if you are here also and you used to take courses on Coursera and you want certificates, there's a thing called financial aid. Once you just scroll down the course, because you just scroll down, there will be something called apply for financial aid. Once you click on it, you click on it, okay, it will ask you what's your monthly income, okay. You include something that you know is not even how much even your monthly income as a student or even as a professional, okay. If you're a professional, just add something that you know is not up to the amount of the course, okay. Then you have to express how you need it financially, why you are financially, okay, you are financially incapacitated to pay for the certificate, okay. You explain it, and then they will ask you also what's your goal for taking part in the course, okay. And then after that you wait for 14 days. You click on submit, then you wait for 14 days. They will reply you of the outcome of your submission, okay. Most of the time, once you're able to lay down your reasons very well and tell them about the exchange rate, tell them about what you are doing presently, you're a student, okay, or you're a professional earning this amount and it's not up to something. So they will give you the course for free. Okay, but that was before. Okay, as at when I did mine, okay, there was no dollar, no amount of money you pay for the certificate. They'll give you the certificate for free after you apply for financial aid. But now there's now a commitment fee of I think $4 or thereabout now. Yes, now they're now asking for $4. And I think that one is not too much to pay. Okay. $4 is not too much or thereabout. Okay. So now we have other platforms also that you can take courses on AMR. Okay, there's Fleming Fund. Okay, Fleming Fund is an international organization based in the UK. Okay, they offer courses on antibiotic resistance. I took courses on from Fleming Fund also. Yes, I remember. They gave me a badge. They gave me courses. I took about two courses and I was given a badge. I was given badges in two of the courses. Okay. So it's Fleming Fund UK. It's based in the UK. And even apart from online courses, they offer opportunities also for PhD candidates. Okay. They offer fellowships. Okay. People they go to Denmark. Okay. They offer fully funded opportunities on AMR. You can check them out through this particular link. So they offer AMR courses. The WHO also offer courses on AMR. Okay. And also EDX. EDX is a platform that offer courses also on antimicrobial resistance. You can check them out. We'll send this presentation slide to the group. You can check out the link. Okay, so EDX, they offer courses on AML from Stanford University. I hope, I think some of us here will know about Stanford University. It's a university based in the US. Okay, so you can apply for these courses and take them. So these are professional certifications. Okay, and don't be like me. Before I thought that certificate is not necessary, or certificate are not necessary. That we are in the digital world now. So what certificate needed for? Until when I wanted to apply for grad school in the in the US, okay, I got to know that there's a particular portion called miscellaneous materials. Okay, where you are or you are required, yes, to upload your certificates, okay, some of your professional achievements, okay. So just to confirm that what you are saying in your CV is actually true, okay. So you have to upload some of these documents. Okay, that'll be all for my presentation. I don't know if there are any questions from any one of us. Do you have questions before we call it a day? about the causes or about antimicrobial resistance. Okay. Okay, so just to inform us also that we'll soon be going on an outreach, okay, as AMR advocacy. So if you're a LAUTECH student, okay, a student in LAUTECH and related technology in LAUTECH, we'll soon be going on an outreach, okay, to LAUTECH Teaching Hospital and also the radio station, okay, at Ogumosho. So you can do well to join us, okay? And since you are now equipped with knowledge about antibiotic resistance, you are a fit candidate for the AMR advocacy that we're about to embark upon. So please do join us in our AMR advocacy visits to all of these places if you're in LAUTECH, okay, so that you also can emerge as an individual, intentional about antibiotic resistance, and we can all collaboratively put an end to antibiotic resistance within our neighborhood and our community. Okay, try your best wherever you are. Okay, so you advocate against antibiotic resistance even to your parents because that's where it starts. Okay, use this one, use it. It's antibiotic resistance. Ask a professional, a doctor, before making use of any drug whatsoever. Okay. So that will be all for tonight. So there are no questions. So please do well to join us uh, in our next AMR Warriors Academy program. Okay, we'll be so glad to have you all. Okay, so keep growing, keep improving yourself. Try as much as possible to take some of these courses. Don't just let them because I know some of us attend a lot of online trainings just like this one. Okay, try and implement some of your ideas. Okay, and also we are glad to inform us that the AMR Club Lautech was the executive of AMR Club Lautech was able to publish a paper at a Scopus in a Scopus journal. The paper deals with the interlink between or the relationship between antibiotic resistance and climate change. And we published this paper that was last month. Okay, an official flyer will soon be released, and please do well to check out the paper. Okay, and also this is an encouragement to us as a student. Just to be very practical, I wrote that paper when I was still a student in my final year. I wrote that paper on my own. Okay, so try and be improving on yourself. Once you have knowledge about something, then you can be able to write paper on it. If you don't have knowledge on something, then you won't be able to have write papers on it. Okay, and one thing that is very important is that most of these opportunities, some of them, okay, or one most that are prestigious, they ask for abstracts. Okay, and once you don't conduct any research or you don't have any research and you don't have any abstract, then you won't be able to apply for some of these opportunities. Okay. So till next week. Okay, and I'm seeing someone here. I don't know if he wants to speak with us. We have Dr. Ayobami. Sir. Okay.
Good evening,
Good
good
evening,
evening,
sir.
guy, man.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. So,
Well done, well done.
yes, sir.
I appreciate your good effort and what you are doing.
All right. All right, sir.
It's nice, it's nice joining you tonight.
All right, sir.
I encourage people to put into practice what is being learned.
Yes, yes. That's the most important thing.
Thank,
Okay.
thank you very much. I appreciate.
All right, sir.
I've also gained one or two things tonight.
It's such an honor, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, so Dr.
Bye. Enjoy
Bami
your day.
is a pediatrician at the Lautech Teaching Hospital. He's a doctor and also a lecturer at Lautech and he has been a very, very integral part to our growth in AMR Club Lautech, and really appreciate him for that. Okay, to next week, goodbye, and God bless us all. Thank you.